What's up everybody, it's Scrappy, and I'm here to talk about Marauders' brand new update and to speak about how Marauders' performance has been and player base has been within the last 7 months. To all you new peeps who never came across any of my content, welcome to my channel. My name is Scrapsta, but people like to call me Scrappy, and I'm a variety content creator, but I mainly focus my attention on first-person looter, shooter extraction games, and survival games. So to many of you guys out there, my YouTube started off with mainly Marauders content, and I covered the game for months with funny Marauders meme videos, weapon compilations, looting and making money guides, and 2 secret stash guides. And I really enjoyed my time with Marauders, putting in hundreds and hundreds of hours into the game until finally taking a good amount of time off, patiently waiting for some extra content. And it looks like the time has come for another Marauders update. But the serious question is whether this content update is enough to bring back the OG Marauder players or even new players. Since its early access release was on October 3rd of 2022, the game had a fairly decent launch, especially for a small dev team with barely any marketing for the game. Its average player base for the first month ranged between 5 to 14,000 concurrent players, but with its lack of content, the player base dropped significantly between late November and mid-December. I'm talking about only a few thousand players who would actually play the game on average. But that's to be expected, especially with a game that is in early access with a limited amount of content, a small dev team, and the niche that it is in is still very early on in the stages of popularity. But the player base didn't just tank. It kept a few thousand players on average for a few months, going up and down as new players heard about the game and wanted to try it, and as the Marauders dev team released multiple small patches, including a wipe, and updates including the health update, the Red Baron update, multiple hotfixes, and small patches, until around late February when the average was between 600 to 1,000 players daily or less. I even checked yesterday and there was only 200 players online at the time, and that's just not in my server. You got to think about where these people are from. That 200 total players was players around the world all playing this game at the same time. So that means that all these players would be spread out all on different servers in different regions and might not even be in the same match that you queue up for. So with the information I was seeing online about its very low, almost dead player base, I hopped on to see if I could queue a match with some competition, and the only competition I was fighting was the AIs in the game. I did see some ships flying about space when I jumped into the match, but none of them came to the location I was in. And then the second match I queued up for, I did not see one single space pirate flying about space, and the raid time was the maximum amount of raid time. So what scares me is how and what can Marauders do to get their player base back? Running around looting and fighting AIs can only be fun for so long, and having no other player interaction or competition gets old very, very quick. Now, I know they've been working on trying to get these content updates out and patches, but will this new one be big enough and have enough content to actually fill the matches with players to interact with? So without further ado, let's talk about the new update and see what it will offer to new and returning players. So Marauders has been communicating fairly decent the last couple of weeks with some of the future content they plan to release, but over the last few days they threw some teasers our way about what to expect in this new update coming out on April 25th, which is only a few days away. So on April 25th, the United Allies update will be pushed out, and it looks like the following is going to be what we get. The Colony Cruiser. This is a new raid location. It's a colossal space frigate that will patrol space and can be docked via your ship, or it can also be breached by your pods. Throughout the last few weeks and months, this Colony Cruiser has been talked about, and it looks like there's going to be some new types of AI to shoot and loot, and it seems like it's going to be pretty decently large in size as well, but who knows, we're gonna have to see. The new AI are the UA Marines, which is a United Allies faction enemies, and they will have some new equipment like the Sherman plate armor and heavy M1 helmets, and by killing them it seems like you're gonna be able to unlock their full appearance sets. In this update, it also looks like VOIP is going to be added. They say VOIP and voice packs. So we're going to get proximity chat, which is awesome. And if you don't want to talk, it looks like new voice sets will also be added for players to use. So there's going to be more buttons to spam instead of F1. It looks like a new ship shop. It's funny when I say ship shop, with almost 20 ships to obtain, up from 6 previously, will make its way to the update as well. They say it's going to be easier than ever to buy and sell warships through a new ship marketplace system. I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to be implemented. I wonder if it's like a flea market like Tarkov, but for spaceships and Marauders. Another awesome feature that a lot of people, including myself, have talked about in the past is being able to salvage the equipment from pods and loot the pods that we kill in space. It looks like we're going to be able to actually bring destroyed breacher pods into our ship through what appears to be another airlock type system. This is definitely going to be interesting and very rewarding for the people that you kill in the pods. So I can't wait to actually test that out and see how that works. It looks like they also are going to have gameplay mechanics, new weapons, scopes, and combat balancing. So it looks like they're going to have explosive barrels, new stimulants that you can inject, which are going to basically not use any of your stamina when you're running around. They're going to have in-raid supply vendors and others that are remaining a secret as of now, they say, that are going to be added into the game along with the new frigate turrets, which include the 75mm, 25mm, and dual rockets. The new Stoner 63 weapon, the China Lake weapon, and the Mini Thumper, and 3 types of grenades, which are the Scrap Bomb, the Flash Bomb, and the Smoke Bomb. It looks like they're also adding in scopes, but they're only going to be adding in the first implementation of scopes in this update, which is going to be for the SVT-40 and the M16. Balancing stuff they're going to be implementing are hip firing no longer suffers from camera recoil and is purely spread based. SMG style weapons will benefit the most with a tighter spread, bringing them closer to a viable meta. They also state that players will now deal a headshot multiplier of 3.25, up from 3 to other players. So now, this is the preliminary patch notes. Will this patch be enough to bring players back for more Marauders content? Will it be enough to fill the lobbies? Now, in other patch notes and updates said that they were also planning on bringing in a new mini-mine map. This was not in the preliminary patch notes. Is this something they're going to plan on implementing in this update? Will there be any more secret types of content that we are unsure of and we don't know of? I hope so. I hope they add a bunch of things, to catch us off guard and just, pound that content in, because that's what this community needs. That's what the player base needs at this moment to bring people back. We need to fill these lobbies. We need to, if they can't fill the lobbies now, they're going to need to revert to the old system where it's only one map. You go in there and there's more people to kind of interact with. Now there's kind of 2 maps, including the merchant ship and other, the Red Baron ship. So it spreads everybody about, but there's not enough player base as of right now to fill all those maps. So for me, the biggest takeaway in all of this new content they plan to push through is VOIP, the new implementations of scopes and the grenades. VOIP is fun. It's always been. It makes for some new and interesting interactions and conversations with people from all over. I know for sure there will be a lot of shit talking and taunting, and that's all fun and dandy, but is it enough to keep them engaged? Grenades will make for different types of fights and especially change the way people play and push each other, but my only concern is grenades being game breaking and abused too often. Are they going to be crafted? Are they going to be found? And then scopes. I like scopes, especially on rifles. Can we craft the scopes or can we only find the scopes? So there's only a few hundred people worldwide as of right now playing Marauders. This population is spread across all servers. Some people have to resort to even using a VPN right now just to find a match with someone in it who can fight. So, will this update bring people back to playing Marauders? Will this update attract new players to buy and play Marauders? And will the developers push the game out for sale on Steam in order to gain more publicity? Will the developers hire and try to market this game out to a larger audience? I mean, those are just some questions for me. It seems like their marketing is very little to none. They need to push for more marketing campaigns to try to get this game's name out there. There's so many people that don't even know this game exists. Honestly, I don't know if this content can keep people engaged long enough to continue playing the game. I guess we're gonna see. Let me know in the comments below if you guys will end up returning to Marauders to experience a new content update, and let me know if you have given up on the game. I haven't given up yet. I don't plan to give up. I don't want to give up. I want them to just keep updating and keep striving to, you know, make this game the best it can be. I'm sort of excited with the new update, especially VoIP. But can VoIP and a new dockable and raidable ship, grenades, and 2-scope save Marauders? Other questions I have are, will there be any new type of loot to loot? That sounds weird, loot to loot. Will there be any new type of equipment to wear and loot, like new backpacks? Can we put backpacks instead of backpacks? Will there be any type of UI changes? You know, we know there's gonna be a wipe. This new update is gonna cause a new wipe, so everybody's gonna start fresh, which it is good to, you know, have some fresh content. Everybody start fresh again. Even the player base is solo right now. I don't think it really is gonna make much of a difference if they wipe. And is the new ship marketplace like a flea market? Can we buy and sell anything else like weapons or armor on the marketplace? And if so, this will be kind of like a start of a new Marauders economy. You know, I have so many visions for this game and for what they can do, you know, just with, you know, the content they have now and where they can go. It takes place in space. I mean, it's limitless, man. They can add so much stuff to this game. You know, I can go on and on, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. So the question still stands: will this update attract people to Marauders? Let me know down below how many people you think will be playing Marauders on April 25th. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your day. If you guys like this video, hit that like button for your boy Scrappy, and hopefully I get some new Marauders videos and guides and content out soon when the patch comes around. Thanks, guys.